Hello. Thanks for joining. I'm going to get in a group so I can see the comments there. Hi, friends. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. In the group. All right, so now I can see people there. All right. Hi, Damien. Something positive? Sure. All right, Damien. I am. I'm doing well. Thank you. I hope you are. Hi, Amanda. Sure. All right. All right. All right, let me do a couple of shuffles. Hi. Hey, Bean. Yeah, is it Preesh? Sure. All right. Let's see. First up, we've got Damien. Here we go. All right. All right, Damien, you asked for something positive, and I think you've got it. So, this is fresh new energy and new beginnings, and they're often very promising new beginnings. So, it feels like there's some good things coming your way, something new, something positive. Um, let's see. And like new energy coming in. So, like, if you've been feeling a little low, it's like you're going to get a burst of new energy. Um, so, use it wisely. Um, but yeah, it feels like something's coming to you and it's going to really help support you. So, I'm not sure if you've been needing extra support um, or looking for something new, but it feels like it's going to really help you and be very supportive. But so use that new energy when it comes in and pay attention because there's something new coming in. So make sure you don't miss it and that you take advantage of it when it shows up. Okay. All right, Damien. So that was good. Let's see. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, sure. All right. So up next, we've got Amanda. All right, Amanda, here we go. Oh, let me do one shuffle. I'm getting it that I need to do a shuffle. Hey, Erin. Oh, good. Yeah, you're so welcome, Damien. Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely, Erin. All right, Amanda. There we go. Now that I got a shuffle in, we are ready. All right, Amanda. They're saying you've got nothing to fear and nothing to worry about. So, whatever it is that you might be worried about, fearful of, or doubting, it really feels like you're really worried or fearful of something. So, but they're saying, don't worry about it. Don't be in fear. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. So, really try to release that energy because that energy of fear and worry can really create negative things in your life, especially when it gets stuck in your head and it plays on repeat. It just creates a really bad vibration within you. So, try to let go of that and know that everything's going to work out and everything's going to be okay. So just know that. All right. Oh, hi, Adrian. He says hello too. Well, Bean, you tell him that I said hi too. All right. All right, Preach, here we go. All right, Preach, it's time for some more self love and care. Really taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, um, taking the time, like actually hitting that pause on life and taking the time to be with yourself, sit with yourself, and take care of yourself and do something for you that you really love. So that's really important. Um, you need to take the time, really. That's the biggest thing. You need to take the time, slow down, and focus on you, focus on what you want, focus on where you need healing, and really love yourself and do some really good things to take care of yourself. And give yourself permission to do that. That feels like some of the biggest pieces there, Preach. All right. Let's see. Amanda said, thank you. I had, bariatric surgery and I'm worried I'm going to fail. Yeah, no, I think everything is going to be fine, Amanda. Try to get rid of that worry and that fear. Let that go because it can actually create negative situations for you if you hold on to that energy and that thought pattern. So really try to let that go and know everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. They've told you that. Spirit's given you that message. So let go of that fear and worry and it will be released from you. And then it will clear and everything will be fine. So just really try to let it go. Oh, he hears me. Bean said he hears me. Oh, good, Preach. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. Yeah. Yeah, Preach. Good. Yeah. Keep going. Keep taking care of yourself. That's really, really important. All right. So up next, we've got Tracy. Oh, and you guys, I do want to, I'm going to do Tracy and then Aaron. And then I want to take a pause and talk about the crystal for the week and the herb for the week. And then I want to talk a little bit about sigils because we had the request to talk about sigils. So I want to do that and then we'll get back into the readings. Okay. But I wanted to, last week I kind of ran out of time and had to rush through those. So I don't want to do that again. I want to give it the time that it needs. So we'll be talking about Angelica Root and also blue kyanite, which is a really great stone. Hey, Shamala, thanks for joining. So glad you're here. All right, Tracy, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, knowledge and study and information coming to you, Tracy. So really start to research and study. It feels like they want you to really dive in more into magic and working the magic and learning about the magic and the spiritual side behind the magic. And I think if you'll do that, it'll really start to shift you and lift you up to a place where you stay magical. And I talk about that and how important it is to, when you have stuff come up, when you have issues and problems arise, you take it to the magic. And that's your first thought versus going into fear, panic, worry, stress. You don't go there, or even if you do, you very quickly turn it off and think, I'm going to go take care of this because I'm going to go do my spell work. Um, so it really feels like you want to dive into that. Yes, I was just about to say that actually, Tracy. Yes. So ask your spiritual team and your guides for support and ask them to guide you and give you signs to the right information that you need. And they will help you. So they will bring it to you. So start paying attention so you don't miss the signs, the guidance, and the direction. But yes, ask them for help. Ask them to point you in the right direction, and they will. But it almost feels like um, there's some books maybe that would be good. Um, but I see you with like a book and really like dive in deep and make notes, write in your journal, start on your book of shadows, like highlight, flag, tag. I do that with all of my books. But it feels like Yeah, that's going to be the thing that's really going to start to shift you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, which then, of course, trickles over to physically. You start to feel better and get better as well. So, yeah, sure, sure. So Tracy said, okay, message me. Maybe you can help me get deeper without going into the dark. So, yeah, absolutely. I can definitely do that. Um, Not a problem. I have some favorite books that I can recommend, maybe get started. And then you can ask the guides what they think about the books and go from there. But I really think it'll be really big to help shift everything here and get everything into alignment. I know it's made a really big difference for me. And that's why I absolutely love magic. I love all things magical, as Aaron knows. um, and I love that even when I do go into those stress or worry or panic modes, um, I do. I remember stay magical, get magical, do the work, do the spell work, do the inner work, do whatever needs to be done to shift it, clear it, heal it. And it's just been so healing for me. And really, I feel like it's just changed everything. So, and that's why I always say stay magical because it's very, very important. Okay. Abby Dabby. Let's see what your card is. Joy and happiness, Abby Dabby. So start focusing on joy and happiness and just be happy. Do something fun, do something that you like to do, and just have fun with it. Do fun things, do things that are going to make you happy. But I see a lot of happiness and, playfulness and joy for you. So do that. And Tracy said that would be great. There's so much to choose from. Uh, and I appreciate you for your knowledge. Yes. And I love you too. Absolutely. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Up next, I've got Erin. You're so welcome, Abby. I love you too, sweet girl. All right. All right, Erin, here we go. All right, Erin. All right, Erin, you are going through a transformation period and you are moving out of the darkness and into the light. So it's your time. Keep going, keep doing the work that you're doing. Um, Keep doing the meditating, keep doing the connecting, keep doing the magic, keep going because you are transitioning, you are up leveling, you are making that transformation. You're in process right now. So you are moving up and elevating yourself on all the different levels. So keep going. But if you're wondering if you're doing the right thing or if you're doing it the right way, this is confirmation of yes, you are. So if you've been wondering that or doubting that, you are on the right track. You are doing the right things. You just have to keep going. Don't give up and don't stop. Hey, Robin. Yeah, absolutely. A crazy week. Yes. It's been a crazy, like 2, 3 weeks. Let me just say that. Yeah. Yeah. It has been crazy. All right, you guys, I do want to pause for just a minute and I want to talk about the crystal and herb of the week. And sigils, and then I'll jump back into doing the readings. So bear with me and stay with me because I want to make sure that I give you guys really useful information. And just so you know, I started to build a database. Oh, you said funny. You're moving in 1 month. Good for you, Erin. Yeah, you're on the right track. You're moving in the right direction. You're up leveling and going to the right place. So absolutely. But I'm starting to build a database, you guys, on the website, thewitchsource.com. So if you go there and you click on where it says Book of Shadows in the menu, if you click on that, it'll take you to a bunch of different spells and articles and all kinds of different little things. But I've got the crystal workshop out there. So if you haven't checked out the crystal workshop, you definitely want to. It tells you all about crystals from history to mining to how to pick them, to how to use them, how to clean, charge, activate, program, all that stuff. So the crystal workshop's out there. And I'm also starting to build a database for the magical use and properties of crystals and herbs. So as I am going through and giving you guys the information, I'm adding it to the website as well. So you have a reference to go back to. Um, so I'm doing that, and I want to let you guys know that's going to be available. I've got the crystals started, and I'm going to get the herbs done this week, and I'm just going to keep adding as we go. So that's there, and hopefully it'll be a helpful reference for everybody. Okay, so first up, let's see. Blue kyanite. Okay, you guys, blue kyanite is an amazing stone. I love it. I actually wear a blue kyanite bracelet. So it has like lines. It comes typically in a wand, so you'll see it like in long, thin pieces, and you can see like the lines. It's almost like selenite in how it looks, but it's blue. So it's great. So it's connected to the water element, and it's a stone just like carnelian that it never needs cleaning. So now I do recommend charging it. So putting it out in the sun for like 30 minutes to an hour to let it charge is going to do a lot. But you don't ever have to actually clean it. It's a self-cleaning crystal. It opens up the throat chakra. So Aaron, it would be a great one because I know we talked about that. But I'm sorry if I called you out. I'm so bad. I'm sorry, Aaron. Don't mean to do that to you. I love you. It's a great stone. Okay, so it opens up your throat chakra. It actually helps all of your chakras, just FYI. And it also helps to open up and activate your third eye as well as your heart. So, and it kind of builds that connection between these three, between the third eye, the throat, and the heart, so that everything comes out of a place of knowing, knowledge, and psychic wisdom. And you're able to speak it by also tapping into that heart and having compassion. So that's where all of that comes into play. So it's a great stone for that. And the hardness level, it ranges from a 5.5 to a 7, which means it's kind of fragile. You definitely don't want to get it wet. And I would just be very careful with it. The tumbled pieces are a little bit better. So like this bracelet has a coating on it that helps it from like falling apart. So I was actually very surprised to find blue kyanite in a bracelet because it's actually tends to like flake almost like selenite does if you're not careful with it. But if you find the tumbled ones, they've been sealed. So they're better to work with, especially if you're going to keep it on your skin. I know the whole time that I was pregnant, I kept a piece of blue kyanite in my bra because otherwise I was crazy cakes, emotional. Like you guys got me. Like if you've ever been prego, you get the craziness. So definitely helped with that, and it helps balance those emotions. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I'll be happy to do a reading for you. I'm talking about blue kyanite at the moment, and then I'm going to talk about Angelica Root and its magical properties, and then I'll get back to the readings. So stick around, and I promise I will get there. Okay, it is a high vibrational stone, which means it resonates at that very high frequency. So it's going to help you to uplift and raise your vibration up to match its level. So it's a great stone for just raising your vibration in general. Okay, it also enhances your psychic abilities through opening up that third eye. And also it works with all the chakras. So it's going to help open up that crown chakra as well for you to receive that information and open up and amplify the psychic abilities. It also protects your aura. So when you wear it, when you go out, it really keeps your aura safe from outside energies. It also bridges blockages within your body and energy blockages within your physical body. So it promotes a lot of healing. And it also helps with those thought patterns that you get stuck in. So if you guys have heard any of the readings recently, it helps when you get in that mental trip of staying negative or repeating scenarios or even past scenarios, future scenarios, especially if they're negative and you get caught in those loops. It's going to help stop that kind of thinking and really give you that mental strength to be able to shut that stuff off. And it really helps to strengthen your mind. So, physically, it also helps with healing where trauma has occurred, such as broken bones, if you've had surgery, if there was an intrusive trauma or something went into your body. It helps bridge the tissue and the nerves and really helps all of that to heal faster. And it also helps with the brain. So, if there's been trauma to the head, an injury or stroke or seizures, it helps with it helps with stuff in the brain to help heal some of that stuff as well. So, magically speaking, uh, kyanite is good for helping you see how your past behaviors have created your current situation. And once you realize what you've done to maybe create the current situation that you're in, you can then reverse that and heal it. It's a powerful transmitter and amplifier of that high frequency vibration. So it will help with your magic because it's going to bring you up to that high vibrational level. So then when you're doing your magic and you're sending out energy and transmitting that energy, it's really going to boost and amplify it and send it out and keep it high vibrational so that what comes back is also high vibrational and really good. So it's great for your magic. It also connects you to your guides. And it also instills passion and facilitates spiritual maturing. So it's going to really help you on your spiritual path to up level and get there faster because you're going to be able to see your blocks and bridge those gaps because it's all about making those bridges. So it's going to help you kind of make those leaps in transition. It clears your meridians. It helps you speak your truth. It also helps to eliminate fears and blockages. And it opens you up to spiritual and psychological truth. Um, it also helps to slice through confusion and illusion. And it also helps release anger, frustration, and stress. So it really is a great little stone to work with. And if you're working on any kind of magic for yourself, or healing yourself or your spiritual development, making connections, anything like that, this is a great stone to use for that. Okay. And this is why I wanted to go ahead and get through this and then get back to the readings. Okay, so Angelica Root. It's a very old root. It's native to Europe and it dates back to usage into the 10th century. So it's a very old herb. It was very sacred to the pagans and was used with the rites of spring. So they really honored, historically, pagans honored and really loved this herb. It's got a lot of medicinal properties, which I don't get into. I talk about the magical properties, but I highly encourage you to go check out the medical properties as well. But it was adopted by the Christians, and they consider it to be a holy herb, and they believe that it blooms on the feast day of Archangel Michael, which I love working with Archangel Michael. If you are in need of some protection, he is a great angel to call on, and he works quickly and really helps get rid of a problem. He also wards against the evil eye. And this is funny. So it supposedly was a cure to the plague because this is what an angel told a monk. So they started using it with people that had the plague. So I thought that was interesting. It sounds a little witchy to be adopted by the church, but that's okay. There's actually a lot of miracles and magic and things that are documented, especially with the Catholics. It's just very interesting. It's like they couldn't completely get rid of the magic. Okay, so if you want to use this herb for your magic, I'm going to tell you what all it is good for so that you can incorporate it. And just FYI, we do sell Angelica on the website. So if you're interested in getting some, you can not only check out the properties, you can buy some while you're there if you want to. And it comes in a cute little jar. I'll show you really quick. It comes in a cute little jar. So if you're interested, it's on the website, thewitchsource.com. Okay, so magical things it does. It helps with acceptance, attraction, balance, of course. That's a good one. Banishing. It's a good one for banishing. Beauty, beginnings. So if you're having a fresh new beginning or you're wanting to call in new beginnings, new energy, fresh energy, it's great for that. It's also good for binding, calmness, community, consecrating, and blessing. So if you get a new tool and you want to consecrate your new magical tool and bless it, this would be a good herb to do for that ritual. It's also good for defense magic, which I highly recommend defense magic because um, I think it's a lot better to go ahead and be proactive to protect yourself instead of trying to do cleanup after you've already been attacked. It's better to go ahead and have your wards up and have your protections up to protect yourself from things. Okay. It also helps with divination. So if you're going to do any kind of divination, it would be great to have that. It also helps with dream work and astral travel. So if you're wanting to, oh, you're moving into a new home tomorrow. That's awesome, Tim. Make sure you clean it, right? So you can sage or use the Palo Santo, um, or you can use some of our spray, our Clear and Protect spray. That's a great option. But make sure you're clearing your home of any old energies. So you clear those out so you have that fresh new energy for when you move in and you're not having to deal with any stagnant or old energies that might be left behind. Um, okay, it's also good for energy, spiritual energy, calling in more energy, friendship growth, harmony, healing. It's also good for breaking hexes and to protect from hexes. And it's also good for uncrossing curses. So it's a great little multi-use herb. The herbs that we sell, we chose to sell them because they are multi-purpose and they have so many things that they can do. So you don't have to buy a whole lot of herbs to be able to use for what you want and what magic you're working. So the collection that we have available, we don't have a whole lot of herbs that we sell, but they cover a whole lot of variety of things that you can use them for. Hi, Earth Angel. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're talking about Angelica Root, just FYI. I'm almost done, I promise. It's also good for insight, inspiration, introspection. So if you're doing that healing work and that inner work, and you're going to do a ritual to help with that, this is a great root for it. Longevity, it's also good for angel magic. It's also good for asking for messages and omens from your spirits, guides, and angels. So it's a good one for that. So do a ritual if you want to enhance your communication with your guides and your spiritual team and your angels. You can do a ritual using this Angelica root, and it's going to help open up the communication lines. It's also good against negativity, to bring in peace, to help with problems and protection. So if you're wanting protection, again, doing that defense magic and calling in that divine protection, it will help. This will help. It's good for purification, self-work, which we talked about. It's good with healing sorrow. Good for spirituality, stability. So if that's something you're working on, stability and balance, it's good for both of those. Stimulation, strength, stress. So if you had a lot of stress and you want to start clearing out that stress, do some magic and you can use this herb. It's good for success magic, support, visions, and it's also good for protection against witches and witchcraft. Just saying. I think that's kind of funny, but at the same time, useful, because a lot of times, who are you protecting from? People that are going to be cursing or hexing you, or putting, doing magical spell work against you. So I just think it's kind of funny, but it obviously makes sense. But honestly, people sending you negative thoughts and negative vibes is also a type of curse, even if they're not a witch or they're not magical. If people hold negative energy, or grievances against you, it's almost like they're constantly cursing you and they're sending you those negative vibes. So doing some spell work to protect yourself against that kind of energy is really, really helpful and useful. And it's almost like you can get a break from that mess. A lot of times, if you do a clearing spell and then a protection spell, you feel a lot better pretty fast too, actually. Okay. Let me do some more readings and then we'll talk about sigils. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I found in the book, but then also some of my personal experience with sigils. But let me catch up on some readings and then we'll get back to talking about sigils. Okay, So let's see. Up next, we've got Melissa and Tim. Okay, so let me do your readings, and then if nobody else wants me, we'll jump right back into the sigils and what they're for, how to make them, how to use them, because you can make a protection sigil, and not something that you could keep with you and use. All right, Melissa. Let me get one more shuffle in. All right. All right, Melissa. All right, here we go. She says, yay. Yeah, Shamala, no problem. Oh, Melissa, transformation. So this is a big, yeah, Archangel, no problem. This is so big for you, Melissa. So you're going through a transformation period. So this is fun, but sometimes it can show up as things get really crazy and things get really hectic, and then they shift, and they transform, and then like you're up leveled. So not always, okay? So if there's it doesn't always happen that way. But if it feels like things are a little crazy right now, or things are uncomfortable even, um, that's the start of the transformation, right? So a lot of times transformation happens because we need to clear something out. So like if we're doing a spiritual transformation, you might be questioning a lot of your inner beliefs and things that you believe. There might be things might come up in your life to challenge your beliefs. And that helps you to up level and have that transformation. And sometimes that can be mentally challenging and also emotionally challenging. Or it could be people, situations, different things going on, that are going to show up as a challenge so that they can be released, healed, cleared, and transformed. So, but it's a great card because once you get through that transformation process, you feel amazing. It's like you feel like you're a totally different person because everything looks different. Everything feels different. You approach everything with a different energy and mind space, because you've up leveled and you've transformed. And a lot of times after you go through these transformations, where you get a lot of like spiritual clarity, and a lot of light drops in, and a lot of new ways of thinking drop in, and a lot of positive energy drops in, and the light comes through, and your light shines brighter. Um, and sometimes people notice and they'll say things like, you're not like you used to be, or you're different now. And they'll say things like that, and just take it as a compliment because you've done the work and you've gone through the transformation and you've come out the other side, bigger, brighter, happier, more positive, um, healthier, like everything just up levels. So this is a great card, and it feels like really big, good, positive things are coming your way. It feels like on many, many levels, actually, Melissa. It's like in several different areas of your life, you're going through this transformation. Um, so it's going to be really big and really positive. Some really good changes coming your way. So just get ready and be prepared, and just say yes and let it happen, and get to that other side where everything is just better, lighter, more positive. Things feel good, things feel right, things feel like they're in alignment. Um, it's a really good space. Oh, I also have Robin in here. I'm sorry, Robin. I almost forgot you. I'm so sorry. All right. Robin, yes, Robin, and then Tim. I'm so sorry. I almost forgot Robin. I love you, Robin. All right. All right, Robin. Oh, wait. Oh, you're so welcome, Melissa. You're so welcome. All right, Robin, here we go. All right, Robin. Oh, you also are getting the information knowledge card coming your way, Robin. It feels like some information that you've been waiting on is coming your way. So it's like you maybe already know, Robin, what this information is that you've been looking for or waiting on, and it's coming your way. Um, so yeah, if you've been waiting on something, a last piece of information for everything to fall into place, but there's some information coming your way. But this has a dual message, and I feel like I don't know if you heard Tracy's reading about diving more into the magic, but there's also a call for you to dive deeper into the magic, research, get some books, and really start to expand spiritually and magically as well. And I think this goes right in line with the reading that you had last week of everything like opening up, and really taking things to the next level. So that's also there, of digging more into the magic, learning more. Um, so, and you can ask, just like Tracy said before, you can certainly ask for signs and guidance on, the right information. Or if you want, Tracy asked me to message her, and I'm going to recommend some books and different things to her. So, Robin, if that's something you're interested in as well, just let me know, and I'll be happy to recommend some books on getting started with magic. Some of my favorites. And also developing, your psychic gifts and your clairs, all the different gifts with that. I can recommend some good books for that as well. Some of my favorites. All right. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, certainly. I certainly can do that. Okay. Up next, we've got Tim. All right. All right, Tim. Here we go. Okay. All right, Tim. Ooh. So we have Ilby the retriever. Ilby is all about returning, and things coming back. So I'm not sure if there's a certain person in your life that's wanting to come back into your life. I'm getting person and passion is what I'm hearing. So it's like there's possibly a person who wants to come back into your life, Tim, but also letting a passion come back that maybe you've set down and walked away from. Um, oh, okay. So it's letting that passion come back in, but this is also of returning back to you. Is what they said. That was the last little drop in, of returning to yourself and remembering who you are, and really getting in touch with yourself and what you want and what you desire, and keep moving on that path, keep going, in rediscovering who you are, and as you're on that journey to returning to yourself, and who you really are. Okay, so multiple messages here, Tim. Pay attention, because there's a person that's going to probably show up from your past. I don't get any feels as far as if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just an awareness of somebody coming back. Um, but I don't get a feel of whether that's good or bad either way. So I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more on that, but I'm not getting anything on that. But also returning to a passion, a creative type passion, and then also getting back to you, who you really are, and just rediscovering yourself, and where you're at now versus where you were in the past, and really having that self discovery journey and deciding who you want to be now. Yeah. Oh, good. Wonderful. Okay, great. Yeah, I definitely think you're on a good path. It's just like keep going. All right, great. All right. Up next, we have Shamala and then Earth Angel on YouTube. All right. All right, Shamala, here we go. All right, Shamala. Ooh, all right. All right, Shamala, you got the fairy guide. Um, so this is all about getting guidance. For you, it's all about this card doesn't have a meaning in the book, just FYI. I talked about this last week. This particular card, the blank card, doesn't have a meaning in the book, and you have to discover for yourself what this card means. And so every time it comes up in a reading, it's something different. Um, but you are okay. There's a lot. Okay. You are discovering, it's funny because it's coming right off of Tim's. Um, oh, you're so welcome, Tim. He said it falls in line really well. You're so welcome. Um, you are on a path of self discovery as well, and learning and discovering more about your magic and your gifts, and connecting with your guides and really getting the downloads of information through your psychic gifts. So it's like you have a challenge in front of you right now, Shamala, um, but make it a joyful challenge because you're learning a lot and you're going to get stronger. And it's an opportunity to really dig in and amplify your magic and amplify your gifts. So make it a joyful journey, um, make it a joyful challenge, and really open up. It feels like you need to like real. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm feeling right now. Like your whole mind and head and these higher chakras and all of this need to open up really wide, really big. Really focus on opening them up. Please stay grounded as well. Just a side note. Stay grounded when you're doing this, but really focus and do some meditations on really opening up these higher chakras and envision like just a waterfall of connection, a waterfall of um, power, information, connection, spiritual power, just flooding in and flooding over you and receive it. Receive. Say, I open and I receive. Um, and let it fill you up. And it's going to help open your ears and open your eyes and expand that knowing and that intuition and make it stronger. It's really going to amplify that connection. So definitely focus on that and stay joyful. That's important. Stay joyful. Um, but yeah, it's like I just keep getting this wave and this waterfall of spiritual power just coming all over you and filling your body and filling your chakras and just really opening you up, and amplifying everything. So it's really feels very powerful, very positive. Um, oh, Shamala. Okay. So, as this waterfall floods through you and comes down, push it out into the space in which you're in. Push it out. They're showing me you taking it, and this is going to be really, really big and transformative. But I see you standing in the middle of your room and pulling in. You need to be standing for this, and make sure you're rooted at your feet. You're grounded. But you're going to pull in and allow all this energy to flow through you and down, and then I see it in waves going across the floor and expanding out. And then it goes through your room, it goes through the house, and through the space. And it just keeps going. And it's going to really help shift the energy where you're at, and really start to create positive change. You can create positive change where you're at simply by being you and continuing to do what you do. Okay. So that's another message. But do this when you get time and when you get a chance. I'm getting cold chills, so it definitely needs to be done. And as soon as you can, and pull that energy in and let it expand and just wash away everything that's in that space currently, and you're going to replace it with with the spiritual energy that you're pulling in, and it's like waves. It just like rolls out throughout. It's almost like it has a smoke like quality to it that I see, but also a water like quality. So it's really interesting. Smoky water. but it rolls. Um, and it's very cleansing and purifying. So give it a go, Shamala, and let me know how that goes because I'm really interested to know. So message me and let me know how it goes and give me an update. I haven't heard in a while, so I'd love to know how things are going. Um, okay, Shamala said, thank you. Challenge at the moment is to fight all the low vibrational energies surrounding this week. Felt like I almost got sucked in. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this message makes total sense. Yeah, so you're in the challenge and you feel it. So the call is to pull in that positive light energy, push it out, let it go in the waves and the rolling and the smoke and the water. Let it purify, clean out, get rid of that low vibrational energy and replace it. You have the power to do this, Shamala, and I need you to believe that and know it to be true. You have the power, you have the spiritual connection to make this happen and really create that positive change for yourself and where you're at. Okay. So ask for it and let it flow through. Yeah. And I think it's going to help a lot. But yes. So let me know. You're so very welcome. All right. Great. All right. So up next, we've got Earth Angel on YouTube. You're so very welcome, Jamal. I'm excited for you actually, because I feel like you're going to be able to really sense and feel a change pretty quickly, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yes, Kimberly Knox Cole, you certainly can have a card. One more. All right, Earth Angel, here we go. All right, Earth Angel, you've got Arvel Parrot, and Arvel Parrot is all about communication, speaking your truth, and really empowering that throat chakra, which you can see he's pointing to. And it's interesting, Earth Angel, because we just talked about tonight, blue kyanite is great for opening up your third eye, your throat chakra, and your heart chakra and creating a connection and bridge between the three. So if that's something you're interested in, I would recommend some blue kyanite. But you need to speak your truth and you need to make sure that you're standing your ground with your boundaries and you're not letting people run over you or tell you that or make you feel like your voice or your thoughts or your opinions aren't valid. Okay. So really make sure you're using your voice in a really strong yet positive way. But yeah, it feels like you need to speak your truth and stand firm in your boundaries. And you stand firm in those boundaries by speaking that truth and letting people know where your boundaries are, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what you're going to tolerate and what you're not. And people can't read your mind. So if you don't tell people, what you want or how you feel or where your boundaries are, they don't know. Right. So you've got to make it very clear. And you can do that by empowering that throat chakra. But yeah, make sure you're being true to you, that you're really speaking your mind and know that your opinion counts and your opinion matters. Okay. So if you feel like, well, what I think doesn't matter, it does. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your opinions matter. Okay. So make sure you're speaking your truth and that you're staying true to who you are. So don't just agree to agree. Like if you're really not okay with something, let it be known you're not okay with something. Okay, Earth Angel, that's what I have for you. I really hope that was helpful. But yeah, try some blue kyanite. It might help. And maybe do some meditations on opening up that throat chakra. I think that will help as well. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Erin. I love it when people stay on and hear everybody's readings because If you feel like a message for somebody else resonates with you, it's meant for you too. You're so welcome, Earth Angel. Um, but if you stay on and you listen to the readings and something really resonates with you that I've told somebody else, then that is meant for you as well. I've had people ask me that before, and the answer is yes. I can do readings for other people, but if you feel like it's meant for you too, it is. It is. And so take that and just say yes to it. Any of if the stuff that I say, um, the messages or advice that I give, you can certainly use it. Take it and use it. Please do. Please do. A lot of times when I give these readings and I'm sharing these messages, um, I feel like I learn too, and I get a message from it too. So it even is with me because the stuff just drops in. And sometimes I do get these big aha moments from a reading that I'm giving somebody else. So I take that as that reading was meant for me as well, even though I'm the one giving the reading. So absolutely that's possible. So if you feel like that resonates with you and some of these other readings and messages resonate for you and make sense, then take them, use them, apply it. All right. Kimberly Knox Cole. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. This is Tiberia of the Waters, and this is all about flowing, um, going with the flow, uh, being in a state of non-resistance. It's like there's multiple things coming in. Okay, so it's go with the flow, try to stay in a state of non-resistance, but it's also spiritual inspiration. Open up and let the inspiration and the magic and the spiritual start flowing more and flowing through you. Um, and as you do that, it's almost like what I told Shamala. Um, Hi, Deanne. Absolutely, not a problem. It's kind of like what I told Shamala. But this is how I see it. Okay, I see it as you opening up and this magical uh, inspiration, magic, and spirit flowing and filling you and flowing into you and then flowing out. But it's not going into your space necessarily like with Shamala. And the energy feels different. It feels almost like a white light, not the water and smoke like it was with Shamala. It feels like a very constant, steady white flowing of white light. And it goes through you. Let it go all the way down and fill you up. But then I see it uh, uh, centering in your heart space and then pushing out and into not just your space, but your life and all areas of your life. Um, Letting the inspiration and the magic and spirit um, flow through you, through your heart center, and out into your life and all aspects of your life, all areas. So, work, finances, home, relationships, um, play, creativity, um, all of it, all of it. Like, see that white light flow through you, then center in the heart space and flow out and fill up, really fill up every area and every aspect of your life. And if you will do that and practice that as much as you want, I think the more you practice it, the stronger it will become. But I think you'll see even more magic, miracles, synchronicities, um, light, joy, happiness show up and respond for you in all those different areas and all those different aspects. So give it a go. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if that card made any sense. Um, and if that message makes sense at all, it resonates at all. But yeah, and really that's a practice anybody can try. You guys, again, if I do a reading that resonates with you, try it. Try it for yourself. Um, it's oh good. She said yes, thank you. You're very welcome. And this is actually something I don't envision it quite that way. So this was new what I saw. Um, but that's almost what I do every morning. So I really every morning I try to count my blessings, get grounded, connected, and then I ask that magic flow through my entire day. And then I push it out. I push that magic out through my home, through my space, through the business, through everything that I do, but also to Rooster, my fiance, and to Emmy, my daughter. Um, and I have it surround them and I just push it out and ask that my day be magical, that the path is cleared, that the guidance is given, um, all that. And I try to do this pretty much every day. Because I want to make it a habit, right? Um, so pretty much every day I do that. And some really cool things have started happening since I've made that a daily practice. So I highly recommend it for everybody, actually. All right. Deanne wants a card. All right. Let me do one shuffle. All right. All right, Deanne. And here we go. All right, Deanne. All right. So, first off, know that you are spiritually protected. So, if that's a question, uh, you are protected. You are safe. Um, but it's time to take action. It's like you need to make changes. There's small, subtle changes that need to be made, and there's actions that need to be taken, and it feels like you know what needs to happen, you know what you need to do, you know what these little changes are. You just don't want to do them, kind of hesitant or resistant to making these changes. But if you do them, it really will help improve your life. Um, it really will be very good. But yeah, it's like it's time to take action and get busy. Um, say yes. That just dropped in. Um, but yeah, there's changes. It's time to make the changes that need to be made and take the action that needs to be taken. Um, and know that you're safe and protected to be able to do so. All right, Tiana, I hope that was helpful for you. Okay. Uh, Kimberly said, I've gotten away from that. Oh, I needed this. I had the goddess light come up through the root and God light come through the crown and meet in the heart and then radiate out. I absolutely love that. So that must be where I was getting the heart connection and pushing it out through the heart. I love that so much. So the goddess comes up through the root, and that connection with Mother Earth as well. So I love that. Um, and the God light coming in through the crown. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yes. So get back to doing that. You're so welcome, Dan. Yeah, get back to doing that and doing it daily, especially in the morning, and at night. Do it at night too. Why not? Right. Um, yeah, I think it's going to make a big difference. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel more positive. Things are going to be lighter. And it's like all those little problems solve themselves before you even know they're problems. So if there's been like little annoying things that have been going on, like little aggravations, little things. See, this is a message for me too, because as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of all the little annoying things that have been happening that I'm like, what is this offness? What is going on? But yeah, so all those little things are going on. Like when you push that magic out, um, there is, yeah. So when you push that magic out, it clears it, it smooths the way, and a lot of those little problems kind of resolve themselves before they even become an issue. And I feel like there is so much that when you stay magical and you stay light and you stay connected, I feel like there's so much that we don't even know that we are protected from. And that there are so many problems that could have happened that didn't, because we're staying magical, we're staying connected, and we're asking for that protection, and we're asking for the guidance, and we're asking for spirit to be with us through the day. That a lot of stuff gets blocked and doesn't happen. We avoid um, things that could have happened, or things aren't as bad as they could have been. Um, but I really do believe that. I really do, because I know when I'm more connected, everything is smoother, everything is clearer, um, and I'm able to just enjoy and appreciate life and the ride and the journey. I can appreciate having 15 minutes of stillness and quiet to do nothing, right? And I really, really deeply appreciate it. I don't take that for granted. Um, but yeah, and then when I'm not as connected, it's like this constant, like you have the little negativity hanging around, and you have these like weird little things that keep happening, like spilling my coffee, or you know, just dumb stuff, right? Little dumb things that are just irritating. Like more of that happens when I'm not connected and grounded and set for the day. So I really think, oh, you're having a baby tonight. Oh wow, okay. It's happening. Let me know when it's official, if it's today or tomorrow, so I know when the birthday actually is. But wow, okay. Yeah. Sending lots of love and light that all of that goes well. That the delivery is good and the baby is good and all is well. Yeah. Okay. Mm. All right. But let me know. Yeah. Let me know. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I don't have anybody else that is wanting a reading at the moment. So let's talk about sigils. Okay, so the word sigil is from the Latin sigillium, and I probably slaughtered that, and I apologize, which means seal. And the main thing about sigils, so it's really best to make your own sigil. You can use ones that are out there that are made by other people, but going through the process of creating your own sigil really sets the foundation for the magic of that sigil, for it to really take root and take hold, because the sigil is all about being a symbol. Yes, it has magic to it. You're putting the magic into it, right? Um, but also, hi, Magnolia on YouTube. Absolutely, you can have a reading. Um, so you making it is setting the magic in by making the sigil, right? But the sigil is also a mental reminder for you, so that when you see that sigil, whatever you're making the sigil for, because you can make a sigil for anything, but whatever you're setting it for, it's also that mental reminder of um, what your magic is and what your intention is, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to trigger that piece inside of you, um, that you're connected, that that you are connected to that sigil. You made that sigil, and whatever the intention of that sigil is, it's supposed to be that reminder. That's really what it's doing, and part of how it works. So they're really best if you make them, but you can certainly get one that's already out there. A lot of people use runes or combined runes to make their own sigil. You can absolutely do that. So if you have an intention, you can combine runes that go in line with that intention and make your own sigil from that. So that's absolutely possible as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can totally do that. But a sigil doesn't work until you have activated it. That is the most important part of a sigil, is the activation. If you don't magically activate that sigil, it's not going to do anything. It's just a symbol that you've made. Okay. So you want to make sure you're activating your sigil. And that's just the process of, really, once you've got your sigil, or you've picked one out, or you've made one, you want to go through the same process as you would any ritual tool. So you want to cleanse it. So you can run it through incense, sage, Palo Santo. You can envision it surrounded in white light. You can blow on it with the intention of clearing it and cleaning it. But you want to cleanse it first. And you want to make sure, okay, so you're cleansing it, and then you're going to hold it. And this is where you're going to activate it and basically like charge it. So you're going to take it and you're going to hold it between your hands, whether it's on a sheet of paper or wherever, however you've done the sigil. If you just have to lay your hands on top of it because it's too big to hold, that's fine. And you're going to envision and imagine, you're connected, you're grounded, you're centered, you've done all of that, you're ready to do your magic, right? And you're going to pull in that light energy, and you're going to run it through and through your hands, and mainly your dominant hand, because that's how you send energy. You receive through your non-dominant, and you send out energy through your dominant hand. But you do both, and you're going to put it on there, and you're going to send that white light through, and then you're going to just envision that sigil being powered up, however you have to do it, that it gets surrounded in that white light and it's charged up, and then you're going to set your intention into that sigil. So you're going to push it into there, and you're going to ask that sigil work for you and do the desired intention that you have, and charge it up. Now, you can do this with a full-on ritual. So if you're doing spell work for something, let's say it's a money ritual, right? You're still going to use your herbs, your oils, your candles, and you're going to do the sigil as an addition to that ritual. So you would still do the same thing, but you can do it along with that ritual. So you would ask it to help bring, your desired amount of money, or a continuous flow of money, or whatever it is that you're asking for. You're going to charge it up and activate it by pushing that intention into it, and charging it with that white light. And so then once you've activated it, it's ready to go. Now, as far as what to do with the sigil after that, that's completely up to you. You can put it someplace where it won't be disturbed, preferably where it's not covered, where there's nothing on top of it, so that the power and the magic can work and the energy can continue to be sent up. So you don't want to put it like underneath something, or put it in a book, for example. Now, if you wanted to make a copy of it to put in your book of shadows, or your grimoire, absolutely do that. That makes sense. But the actual sigil, put it somewhere where you're either going to see it, it's not covered, or you can put it somewhere like on top of a cabinet, for example. I say that because I have some on top of my cabinet. I have different charms and sigils and stuff, and I hide them on top of my cabinets, because that way they can do what they need to do. The energy can go throughout the home or out. I don't have to cover it, and nobody's going to see it, so it's private. So that's a great place that you can put it. That's why I keep some of mine. But yeah, or you can hang it in your car, depending on what it is. Some people have sigils tattooed on their body. That's perfectly fine too. Once that tattoo's on there, then you're going to activate it. You still want to activate it. Even if it's a tattoo, you want to make sure that you're setting that intention in. And then what I would recommend is every full moon, recharging it. So you don't necessarily have to activate it, but you want to charge it. So take it out, let it soak up some of that full moon light to charge. Depending on what your sigil is for and the intentions, even sunlight might be better. So you can still do on the day of the full moon, take it out, let it get charged up in the sunlight. And it only needs like 30 minutes to an hour. You do not have to leave it out overnight to get the full moon energy to charge it. You can do 30 minutes, an hour. It doesn't have to be overnight. And that goes for your crystals as well. If you're charging up your crystals in the sunlight or the moonlight, same thing. It doesn't have to be all night, because some crystals that can't get wet shouldn't stay out all night. They're special and they're fragile, and you don't want to break them. So 30 minutes to an hour is plenty. But so then you just want to make sure that you're charging your sigil up, and that way it keeps going, it keeps working. and you're resetting that intention as well. And that's why I think working with the moon phases is great, because it's a reminder of, okay, I need to, like on the new moon, it's a great time to take my crystals out and charge them in the sun. And then the full moon, I take them out and charge them in the full moon. So working by the moon really is beneficial to keep up with stuff, keep up with your magic, and the process of the magic, plus working with the moon's energy, right? So that's another benefit. But it helps keep you on a schedule, I feel like. For me, it helps keep me organized and on a good schedule with my magic, and like the charging and all of that stuff. Okay, so to create a symbol, like I said, you can take runes, you can go find some. Um, you can sit and meditate and ask for certain signs and symbols, and then just draw out whatever comes to you. You can make your own. I feel like there are people out there that make sigils and sell them, which is fine. But it's like, I feel like they probably go through some sort of meditative process where they're coming up with the different lines and the dots and the swirls and the connections. So it's something you can try it and see what happens. Another way to do it, and I promise I will do your reading, Black Magnolia. I promise. Another way that you can do it, I'll show you. So you can write out your intention. So like if you want, that's a terrible N. Anyway, if you want protection, okay, so you're going to write out protection, and then you cross out all of the vowels, and so then you're left with these, right? And there's 2 T's, but you can eliminate any kind of doubles, and just keep the one. So you're left with that. So then you can take that and you play with it. Okay, so like here's one I just made. So in there you will see the P and the R and the T and the C and the N. So that's a little sigil. And you can get really creative with this. I just made this one up very quickly. I probably would do it a little bit better. Um, but that's a sigil. That's definitely one. If you wanted to do, let's say your intention is, thank you. Let's say your intention is a phrase like, um, I don't know. I'm just making it up. Um, you know what? I'm going to do, instead of wealthy, I'm going to go with healthy. So like if it's a phrase that your intention is, it's not just a single word, it's like a phrase, or several words for your intention. So then you would just you can take the first letter of each of the words. So in this particular situation, it would be I, A, and H. So let's see, I can turn this into, there it is. So there's another sigil. So that's one way of doing it. There is another way that's very, very, well, I feel like it's very, very complicated. But it has to do with like you have a circle, and then like you take your phrase and your words, and you have like the circled numbered, and then you associate each letter of, each letter with one of the numbers, and then you're in the circle, right? And so then like you start connecting lines to spell out the word, and then this, whatever this crazy line thing is that comes out at the end, and you erase the circle, that's your sigil that you're left with. So if you want to get complicated and do it with that way, you can. If you just want to, sit with spirit and, draw something that just comes to you, um, you can just make stuff up. It doesn't matter. What matters is the intention that you're putting into it, the time that you're putting into it, and the magic and the power that you're putting into it. That's what really matters when you're making a sigil. There is no right or wrong. Now, on some of the older sigils that have been around a while, and you can find those like on the internet, on Pinterest. I think Pinterest has bukus of sigils. Um, you can find all of those, and there will be some debate on what some of the older ones mean. Um, there's some disagreements on what some of those mean among witches. But at the end of the day, it's whatever you believe, what feels right for you, what your intention is, and how you've empowered it and charged it up. But sigils are pretty cool. It's a great layer to add to your ritual and your spell work because it just gives it that boost and that extra layer and that reminder, like I said. So, if you're working on, let's say, bringing in more joy, right? So then every time you see that sigil, like you put it somewhere where you can see it. So every time you see that sigil, it's that reminder of, you're wanting to bring more joy in your life. You're wanting to be a more joyful person. So when you see it, you can take a minute, pause, get back into alignment with that desire, and then think of something joyful or be grateful for something. Because I know when I find things to be grateful for, I end up having a lot of joy fill my heart chakra and my space, and all my energy really gets uplifted when I really get into like some gratitude work. It really is a way to raise your vibration. So it really just depends on what you're working on. If it's a protection sigil, you can put it in window seals, on your door. You can hide it under. Now, this one would be okay to hide under your doormat. Um, if you need to hide it, that totally works. I have those as well. But you can put them in window seals, above your bed, under your bed. There's a lot of things that you can do with sigils, and a lot of intention and purpose that you can put into them. So give it a try. And if you have any further questions on sigils, get in the group and ask. So if you're not in the group, it's the Witch Source Society. It's a great place to ask questions, get magical help, magical support. Tell me what you guys want to know about, what you want to talk about. If you have podcast episode requests. So I try to talk about like little small blippets of stuff on these witchy talks. But the podcast is typically at least an hour, sometimes longer. Sorry, guys. But the podcast, we really dive into a lot of research. So if there's something that you are really wanting to know more about, let me know. Get in the group and tell me, you'd love to hear a podcast on XYZ, and I will dig in, I will do the research, and I will give you that podcast. So, that's out there as well. So that's on Facebook. It's the Witch Source Society. And while you're on there, be sure to like and share, because we love it when you share. The Facebook page, The Witch Source. We're also on Instagram. And if you're on YouTube, if you'll subscribe and share while you're there, we appreciate it as well. And also, if you're on YouTube, check out the other videos. We've got spell videos. You can listen to the podcast episodes on YouTube. And I've got some meditations on there, different things. But if there's like a certain meditation that you're wanting, a certain spell that you're wanting or needing help with, let me know. And I'll be more than happy to make a video, to do a podcast, to record a meditation, anything you guys want, just let me know. Like I said, I love all things magical. So throw it at me, let's have some fun with it. Okay. All right, Black Magnolia, it is your turn, and here we go. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Black Magnolia, I don't know if you heard the reading for Kimberly Cole when I was talking about pulling in the light and pushing it out throughout the different aspects of your life. If you missed that, go back and rewind and listen to her reading. She was, I think, two like this, the two back from you. Um, I think that would be really helpful for you because she got this card as well. But uh, this card, this card is all about flowing, being inspired, and not being in resistance. Going with the flow, those types of things. But I want to make sure that I get any other messages that there might be for you. Okay. All right. So I'm getting that there's definitely a need for you to flow more in life. Um, it feels like you need to try not to resist and try to go with the flow. So I always say if I am running into resistance, um, or like things just not working out, that's my sign that I need to hit the pause button and back up and get realigned because I'm off. Anywhere that there's any kind of resistance or pushback, something isn't right, something's off. And typically it's me. I need to get realigned and make sure that I'm getting back on track because typically when I'm running into that resistance, it's because I'm going down the wrong path. Um, so keep that in mind. But this also feels like you're resisting change and that there's some change that needs to come through for you in your life um, to get you back on path and get you where you need to be. So they're saying don't resist the changes, let them come and just go with the flow, let it happen and try to let go. Let go is a big thing. Let go. Um, but it also feels like you need to let your emotions flow, that you've been really damming up the emotions in your heart center. Um, like you're blocking your emotions. You're not letting yourself release your emotions. You're not letting yourself cry. You're not letting yourself feel. Um, and that can be really damaging to not only your emotions but also mentally and physically. It can start to show up as illness um, when you deny your emotions and don't release them and let them flow. And that's the whole thing about emotions. They are meant to flow through you. So you let them come, you feel them, you experience them, and then you let them leave, right? We're not to get stuck in the emotion. When people get stuck in it, that's where you start to see things like illnesses or depression, um, uh, those types of things, like always being really negative or being cold and closed off and closing off yourself from other people. And that comes from not letting you feel those emotions. So it feels like there's the changes that are wanting to happen for you are really good. They are really positive. So I don't know if this is something that's been going on or if it's something that's coming in. Um, it might be new things that are coming in, but it feels like there's some changes that need to be made. Um, and they're going to be happening around you. It's not that you need to make the change. There's changes coming and they are for the highest and best. And so you're being asked not to resist, to let go, to go with the flow. But then also I got that little tick in the center of um, let yourself feel and let those emotions out. Let yourself release the emotions and let those go as well. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah, that's all they've got. So hopefully that makes sense and hopefully that is helpful to you. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, that's it for me. We covered everything I wanted to talk about and we got all the readings done. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday night and that you guys have a very fun, blessed, magical weekend. And yeah, I'll be back on. I missed this past Monday doing the live readings. The internet was a little spotty. It's been like that for a couple days. I had Sunday and Monday were, I don't know what they were doing to internet. They were even sending me text messages like service is down. I'm like, that's not good. Um, so anyway, I will be back on Monday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, doing the live readings. And if you haven't checked out the podcast episode that we released on brooms and besoms, check it out. It's pretty good. And the next podcast will be on Beltane, which is around the corner on May 1st. So that'll be fun. Oh, and in the group on Wednesday, we're going to make besoms for Beltane. So I'm going to post in the group all the supplies and stuff that you'll need for that. So come craft with us on Wednesday and make you a besom for Beltane. So I think that's everything. Yeah. So again, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to know about, anything you want me to talk about, get in the group, let me know, send me a message. You can send us an email at it's thewitchsource@gmail.com. And yeah, or you can send us a message on Facebook. I love hearing from you guys, actually. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can book that at thewitchsource.com under readings. And also we've got all of our witchy supplies. So your magical supplies and some fun stuff too. That's all available in the shop on the website as well. Oh, good. She's Magnolia said it makes sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're so very welcome. All right, you guys, that's it for me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me. I absolutely love doing this. I love being in this space. It really lights me up and it makes me feel good, and I love it. So it leaves me with some good energy. So I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out, and I will see you next Friday if I don't see you on Monday. Until then, you guys, stay magical. Thank you. Oh, and go check out those crystals. Don't forget, under on the website under Book of Shadows, I'll be adding the references for the crystals and the herbs as we go along. So you'll have a reference to go back to. So I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you guys that too. So go check it out. All right, that's it. That's it for me.